Bitcoin and other cryptos, as well as NFTs, all kinds of digital assets, are about to have the hell regulated out of them. The regulatory efforts would reportedly involve the State Department, Treasury Department, National Economic Council, and Council of Economic Advisors, as well as the White House National Security Council. Doesn't sound too independent to me. Watch out, because these cryptos are about to come under heavy federal regulation. Hey, MCE crew, some people are saying that Bitcoin could be $100,000 per coin in the not too distant future. Look, I think Chuck D said it best. Don't believe the hype. These cryptocurrencies are going to come under heavy regulation from the federal government. We've been talking about this for a year now or more on this channel, okay? I know there's a lot of enthusiasm out there about Bitcoin and all kinds of other cryptocurrency stable coins, even NFTs. Now let me pause there. I think the NFT gives you some real window into how crazy this stuff has got. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, his first tweet sold for $2.9 million. Okay, his first tweet. Now watch this. Whoever bought the tweet, well, guess what? I got it too. I got the tweet too. And it's free. And I'm going to attach a link in the description to where you can also have it for free. Why would someone buy his first tweet for $3 million when I got it too? It's just insane. And some people will say, oh, you don't understand. You're old-fashioned. Okay, boomer, and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, is it really an asset, or is it more in line with tulip mania? Okay, is it just fake? Is it just raw enthusiasm masquerading as an investment opportunity? I certainly think the latter. Now, Bitcoin, look, it is here to stay. However, is it going to replace the dollar? No. Is it going to replace some global governmental backed form of currency? No. It's not going to do it. And why? Because no matter how enthusiastic the Bitcoin devotees are, they don't have an army. They don't have an FBI. They don't have a Marine Corps, nuclear bombs, or a way to actually counter what the federal government is now doing. Then they have been doing this for quite some time. They're attacking Bitcoin. They're not going to let anything compete with the US dollar. Come on. And it's not just America that feels that way. Do you know when, not if, but when the US dollar, the greenback, loses reserve currency status, we're not going to be the only ones that suffer here in America. As a reserve currency and as the world's biggest and broadest, most powerful reserve currency in the history of humanity, there are going to be a lot of countries and people that suffer. So there's a lot of interest in, keeping competition away from the dollar. Now, the Biden administration, they say, hey, guess what? We're not even beating around the bush anymore. Not only are we going to regulate Bitcoin, but we're going to regulate it based on national security concerns. That's right, the catch-all. When they want to really smash something and put it under total government control, they just trot out national security. So this is what Biden's going to be doing. The White House wants to bring order to the haphazard approach that is currently being employed by regulators to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So what the White House is saying is, look, we know that there's some things going on in the background over here, over there, trying to, regulate these cryptos. But let's focus it. Let's really get serious about it and go ahead and put the full court press on. A lot of people were saying to me about how, crypto was going to be the way to transfer money to and fro, no matter what you wanted to do. Government wasn't going to be able to touch it. But remember when they had that, I think it was a meat processor, that they hacked in. Some hackers hacked. Oh no, it was a pipeline. Hackers hacked the pipeline, and they demanded ransom in Bitcoin, and the company paid it. And everybody was like, wow, why'd they pay that? They paid it in Bitcoin. And a few weeks later, the FBI announced that they caught these hackers, that they seized the Bitcoin. That should have told you right there that the federal government already had a means to get into these crypto transactions and do whatever they wanted to do with them. Okay, do you really think the multi-trillion-dollar government that is the United States of America is going to miss a trick when it comes to this? It's delusional. So the White House wants to set out a cohesive set of policies to regulate Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, as current legislation and enforcement is scattered across sectors and agencies, according to multiple reports. The Biden administration will release an executive order in the coming weeks to task federal agencies with assessing the risk and opportunities that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies pose. The order is set to come under the umbrella of national security. So you can't question it, okay? You better not run afoul of it. If it comes under the umbrella of national security, it basically means if you do anything with it that, they deem to be unlawful, they stick you in a hole somewhere, deny you of your right to a speedy and fair trial. They're doing it now, okay? All under the guise of national security. We got to keep you safe, right? So this is designed to look holistically at digital assets and develop a set of policies that give coherency to what the government is trying to do in this space. A person familiar with the White House's plans told Barron's. Check this out. Because digital assets don't stay in one country, it's necessary to work with other countries on synchronization. The dollar doesn't stay in one country, and they're moving away from paper dollars. They want to get away from that as fast as possible for a variety of reasons. They want Fed coin to be the dominant form of currency going forward. And that gives the government a lot of advantages, including the ability, as we saw Saul Amrova say in the video where we looked at her comments on where we were going with controlling the society through money. We heard her say that, hey, look, we can just cut off your money if we deem it necessary. She was speaking in the context of inflation, saying we could just limit the amount of money Americans could get their hands on. That way, they wouldn't put a lot of money into the system, thereby controlling inflation. And she was saying we could just cut off the spigot if we had a digital dollar. All right. So this is the type of thing you think that they won't say, oh, well, there are other reasons that we want to cut off the spigot because you don't conform to what we're saying you need to do. So there are a variety of reasons why they would do that, they being the federal government, okay? This whole thing, apple pies and Chevrolet, where we may have been brought up on, again, you got to bifurcate this thing, man. I love the country, the government, oh my God, they leave a lot to be desired. They are after the American citizen. $600. The $600 thing, where they are now going after every little $600 transaction to make sure that you pay your taxes on it. Remember Biden said, we're going to tax the rich. Well, I doubt if Bill Gates has made a transaction as small as $600 in the last 20 years, okay? No, this is targeted at the middle class and the poor, okay? $600. So this is coming down the pike. They're going to control Bitcoin. They're going to control it tightly, all right? And look, yeah, I know they let the Bitcoin ETF, they allowed that to happen. But again, they allowed it. That had to get approval through the Securities and Exchange Commission, all right? Skybridge Capital, They just tried to do something with the kind of an ETF dealing in Bitcoin, and they shut them down. They said, no, you can't do it. So the gatekeeper is ultimately going to be the federal government of the United States of America when it comes to Bitcoin and these other digital assets, because they're also talking about regulating the NFTs. We talked about that before. Look, go scroll through the comments. Get for free. I'm giving you for free the the NFT that some fool bought for $3 million. You can have it for free. Just go down in the comment section and get the link, then cut and paste it on your own. All right, you got it for free. So that's all for now, guys. If we continue to watch this, you have got to really concentrate on the type of assets that you are acquiring. Don't let this irrational exuberance and unbridled enthusiasm, don't let that sway you off of the path. Remember, these cryptos, they haven't even been out there for 50 years, all right? So time will tell. Time will be the ultimate arbiter of whether or not these things have staying power. I lived through the dot-com bubble, all right? And I saw a lot of, the hottest thing in the world just go by the wayside. So our advice here is to look at assets that have stood the test of time, all right? Look, I'm not talking to millionaires and billionaires on this channel. I'm presuming that you don't have a lot of money to waste, all right, on speculative ventures. That might work for some, but that's not what we talk about here on this channel to our audience. We talk about financial independence. And the way to do that, you can't have too many mistakes if you are trying to go toward financial independence. You can have some, but you can't have ones that look like buying NFTs that you can get from Google Images for $3 million. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. To learn more about how you can achieve financial independence, check out these videos we recently posted on the Money Changes Everything channel.